Chosen one, let me tell you something personal, something no one else could know about the quiet struggles you faced. I saw every single one of them. And because of that, a massive reward is headed your way. Don't skip this. Your future depends on it. Listen up, chosen one. You're not supposed to be here. You did not just happen to be here at this time. Heaven has planned your steps to bring you to this very moment. It's not a mistake. This is an appointment from God. The Spirit of God has stopped your scroll, broken up your routine, and put you under this word because you are about to receive an incredible amount of money. Heaven has saved an inheritance for you since before you were born. Today is your lucky day. You were meant to be the first billionaire in your family, chosen one. It would cost too much for the oil on your life and the vision in your spirit to stay hidden any longer. Even though the enemy tried to bury you, the blueprint that was written in your DNA would not go away. That plan is for kingdom wealth, generational plenty, and divine power. Proverbs 13 verse 22 says, "The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous." Now the vault is going to open. Blessed one, raise your head. The wait is over. The dry spell is over. You are now entering your Kairos moment, the time that God chose for you. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. This isn't what drives you. This is an activation of prophecy. Get it right now. Picked one. Pay close attention. Your spirit already knows why you're here. This moment is not a fluke. It is a divine arrangement. This very moment has been marked on your timeline by heaven. And the scroll has now been opened to show it. There is a supernatural wealth transfer happening right now. It is a holy exchange that will end cycles of lack and change the story of your family forever. You've kept your questions to yourself, snorts, for years. Why did people get the wrong idea about your goal? Why did being alone make you feel so heavy? Why did the people around you think your vision was too strange? They said you were cocky when you were just focused. They said you were unrealistic, but you were really prophetic. It was the holy ground where God was protecting you. That they thought your silence meant you were weak. The divine code that was hidden in your spirit was something they couldn't see. Before you even breathed, your DNA had a billionaire frequency written into it. For those who were chosen, this frequency is not normal. It's royal. It doesn't happen often. It breaks through every limit that has ever been in your bloodline. And that's why the pressure has been so strong on you. You were carrying more than just your own dreams. You carried the unfulfilled hopes of people who came before you. Even though you took on their weight, you were never meant to be crushed by it. You were made to go against it, to be the void clause that breaks old deals of poverty, fear, and resignation. I know what it's like to feel heavy because I've been there, too. There were nights when being quiet felt like harm. There were times when doors kept slamming and it looked like everyone else was moving forward except me. At that time, I didn't understand that the silence was a holy shield. God was keeping what He planted in me from getting messed up by the systems of fear and lack. And chosen one, it's been the same for you. You were not forgotten. You were kept safe. You were not left behind. You were kept secret until the right time. Now is the time. Your spirit vault is full and heaven is giving it permission to come out. What got worse when you were alone is about to show up in real life. Every turned down delay and lonely night was like a deposit that was growing in value. The money has now been paid out. At this point, silence turns into a signal and being alone turns into an elevation. People who used to brush you off won't recognize you now that your frequency has changed. Your crown can be seen and no one can deny that you are royalty. Chosen one, please understand this. You're not just here to make money. You are here to be the embodiment of plenty, to be the force that pulls resources and opportunities to you and holy partnerships into space. You were not made to be a part of someone else's empire. You were chosen to start your own. You weren't sent to beg to sit down. You were meant to build the table. You were never told to go after $1 billion. You were meant to be the vibration of it. You have been called Anointed One so that you can remember more and dream bigger, to stand up and say the truth. Lack and scarcity were never your parents' birthright. The fear maps you were given are on fire. The cage is coming apart. The crown is ready. Your family tree will never be the same again. Dear Chosen One, let me make this clear. You didn't come into the world scared. For some reason, you weren't sent here to bring old survival tips. You were picked to break patterns, to take down structures that were built on lack, and to build something strong enough to hold plenty. Friends, family, and even people who loved you very much taught you what they knew. But they only knew how to stay alive, not how to rule. They limited hope as if it were a treat. They taught you to settle down, not because they were weak, but because they thought that staying alive was the most important thing. They gave you a cage that looked like wisdom because they thought they were protecting you. Still, something inside you fought against it. You felt it from the time you could remember. Bugs in the software, a hum below the surface, and stress in your body. Others might have said this is just how life is. But you knew deep down, no, there is more. That wasn't pride. That was an honor. Realize that the lack of resources they thought was normal was never where you came from. To see that what they called safe was actually slavery to a broken system. Chosen One, that feeling of unease you had was a whisper from heaven. It's not anxiety that made you feel tense between who you were and who you're becoming. It's the spark. The plan you have inside you is now real. The seed is broken. The roots are getting stronger. What God planted in, you can no longer grow in the soil of your mind. No one was brave enough to tell you this. People who follow the rules don't get anything good in life. People who write them have power over the world. You, the chosen one, were never meant to join an empire either. You were meant to start one. I know what you've been through because I've been through it, too. When people make fun of your silence, your vision, or your fire, I know what it's like to be in those rooms. I know how painful it is to see other people rise while your doors stayed shut. But I also know that those seasons were not punishments. They were ways to keep things safe. It is impossible for heaven to let fake connections mess up your blueprint. It was insulation that made you feel alone. That rejection you had to go through was redirection. Picked one. Can you see it now? There will be no more quarantine. Your spirit vault is full. What looked like abandonment at first is now seen as divine preparation. Now that the hiding season is over, it's time to show what you've been hiding. You are now entering a time when being alone can make you feel better. When silence can sound like a trumpet. And when the people who once ignored, you will be amazed at how magnetic, untouchable, and undeniable you have become. But pay close attention. The next part needs fire. You can't get back to the old map. You can't drill their scary language. You need to burn the words that bound people in the past. Do not pretend. Do not get too excited. We're not like that at all. You never had those as compasses. They looked like cages. And it is your holy duty to set them on fire. Chosen one, please understand this. There's no way you're going against your family. You are making them right. You are making a new map that is lit up, written in frequency, and powered by faith. This map will not only show you the way, it will also free every name that is linked to your line. Dear chosen one, do you know why you've been under so much stress? It's because you're carrying something very old and much bigger than yourself. You've been going through life with the weight of hundreds of years of silence on your spirit. It's never been just about you how you feel. It was chosen that you would be the one to say enough and break the cycle. You will not let family chains linger into the future. It wasn't weakness that she sighed in exhaustion, slept badly, or cried in secret. It was your system that had to handle the stress of contracts you never signed, but were born into. Your family history was marked with poverty, fear, and resignation long before you got there. But you chosen one are the void clause. The old script is thrown out because of your signature from heaven. Spiritual and financial debts that have been passed down for generations can be broken by you. I know what it's like to take on responsibilities that aren't yours. I have felt other people's fears, regrets, and disappointments as if they were real pain. Someone has called me lazy when I was really just trying to avoid being limited. People have told me to be humble when they really meant to say not to set too high of goals. I'm sure you've heard them, too. But what seemed humble was really giving up. And what seemed wise was really just fear dressed up as wisdom. These echoes have been with you, but heaven says they end with you. You've had a tough life. Chosen one because the weight you carried was never a punishment. It was a squeeze that squeezes things so hard that they turn into diamonds. What kind of pressure is needed to cancel a birth? Your voice doesn't just echo forward when you finally say enough. It sends waves backward. It sets people free who came before you and saves people who will come after you. When you decide to launch instead of settle, all of your ancestors who were afraid to speak out are vindicated. Greed is not present when you seek wealth on purpose. It is right. It's God's way of repaying your family for all the time they went without. It does cost something. It will cost you attachments. It will cost you dreams. If you try to fit in, you'll get false comfort. You're not here to blend, though. You're here to change things. You're not here to make them feel better. You're here to get it back. You're not here to be sad about what was lost. You're here to make something that has never been seen before. To the chosen one, this is alchemy. This is spiritual law at work. You are carrying out a divine court order. And heaven has given you permission to rise. Sometimes your grief, the pain that your family never saw, what you now see is holy grief. Snorts, but don't get loyalty and limits mixed up. Their roof is your floor. Their survival is what you stand on. And from there you will build futures they could never dream of. Pay attention to this. Snorts, the freedom for your family won't come from following their rules. Because you broke them, it will come. You're not a loop. You are the way out. You're not the shame. You are the way to salvation. And this is the moment when heaven swears it. You were alone on Friday nights wondering what you did wrong. Let us tell you the truth that no one dared to tell you. We didn't forget about you. You were not forgotten. You weren't turned down. You were getting money. There were no punishments for every birthday that went by without you being there, every phone call that went unanswered, every friend that disappeared, or every room that felt too different to accept your presence. It was a deposit. The economy in heaven is different from the economy on earth. What feels like taking away something is actually adding to the interest. The world measures wealth by praise, material things, and possessions. But you were getting spiritual capital which no one could see. You were betting on silence while other people were leaking through rumors, distractions, and pointless activities. You were not being worn out. You were getting stronger. As someone who has been unplugged, I know what it's like to watch other people chase status, likes, and approval while you sit still and feel like you've been left behind. But listen to me, chosen one. That silence was your safe place. That time alone was an investment for you. Every time you picked clarity over power, every time you left dysfunction instead of proving your worth in it, you were becoming more interested every time you sat with your thoughts instead of running away to noise. You were building a vault that now has heaven in it. The vault is now full. This is why doors open when you don't knock. This is why people are drawn to you, even when you're not talking. This is why resources are fitting with thoughts you haven't even said out loud. Since your energy has changed, the algorithm of abundance can now read your field. The silence you had to deal with has turned into magnetism. Listen up, chosen one. Being alone was never subtraction for you. The number was multiplied. Everything was going on when it looked like nothing was. What looked like a delay was actually God getting ready. And now that spiritual and material interest is building up in your account. Ideas will come to you like downloads. Partnerships will just appear out of thin air. Your needs will be met almost before you can say what they are. It's not magic. This is alignment. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Koi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. But now comes the warning. Don't let them back in just because you're getting up. Don't think less of your energy just because they finally saw it. The same voices that made fun of you when you were quiet will try to join your glow. The people who laughed at your seed will now want to pick your fruit, but your frequency is too valuable to throw away. Your path is too holy to be messed with. Picked one. This is the truth. You were not left behind. You were getting ready to be in charge. The work of getting ready is now done. It is changing from a time of building in silence to a time of protest. What you kept secret is now going to be seen by everyone. What couldn't be seen is about to become clear to everyone. Don't say sorry for your rise to make them feel better. Don't shrink. You were kept safe so that you could be presented, and heaven has chosen now to be that time-picked one. Pay close attention. Reality is not set in stone. It's not the same. It's not a cold wall that doesn't move. Reality is a mirror. And its only job is to show you what you look like. It was never a verdict. No matter how many difficulties you faced, how much money you lost, or how many doors were shut on you, making you doubt your worth. It was just a copy of an old program that you had taken over. You did not write those scripts. They belonged to people who lived before you. Lack of something passed down like family heirlooms. Fear that looks like knowledge. Giving up dressed as humility. They told you in a whisper. We can't afford that. Don't get your hopes up. Be realistic. And you didn't even know it. But those voices wrote the code on your mirror. I didn't break you, chosen one. You were just looking at life through the lenses that the hurt gave you. The lenses are falling off though. The blueprint inside of you has been set off. And when the world inside changes, the reflection has to adapt. This is the holy law that made the world. It can only show you the picture you already have in your mind. You have something new in your hands now. Something powerful. Nothing that can be stopped. Chosen one. This means you can't have any more doubts. You can't sit in circles that practice struggle and expect wealth to show up in the mirror. You can't make jokes about failing and then ask yourself why the reflection doesn't want abundance. Each and every thought, word, and place in your heart is now an art brush. You are painting the present with your life. At this point, the person goes from being a victim to a creator. From responding to something to starting it. There is a law in heaven that says, believe first and the mirror will bend. When you feel scared, whisper. Check your bank account and panic. Let that thought sink in for a moment. Make sure you check your frequency instead of the number. Don't lower your price. Even if you want to boost your own sense of self-worth first, then watch how the reflection changes. If you feel like you've hit a wall, remember that it's not concrete, but soft clay that's ready to be shaped by your expectations. I understand how strange this is. I've been there. I remember waking up with the same worries and feeling the same lack. I thought that reality was against me. But when I changed, when I stopped fighting the mirror and began to change my reflection, everything around me followed. Deals showed up. The doors opened. Provision showed up. It will also work for you. Chosen one. You'll start to notice bugs. Numbers that keep repeating, divine coincidences, and random meetings. These events are not random. They are signs. These are signs that your mirror is recalibrating to work with your new operating system. You'll feel the change even before the money gets to your account. There is now calm where there was panic, understanding where there was confusion, and brave choices where there were many doubts. That's the rise of your authority. The world has told you, chosen one, to chase, grind, and give up your life for scraps. That wasn't your system, though. It was theirs. You were never meant to go after the billion. It was planned for you to become the billion. Getting rich isn't a goal. It's a sound wave. And the reflection must come after you. Align with it. It's not magic. God's physics are like this. This is gravity itself changing shape to match your frequency. Picked one. Hold the picture. Be careful to protect it. When the inner world is in charge, the outer world has no choice but to bow down. Chosen one. This is the time of year when your presence becomes heavy. You don't have to look for chances anymore. They want to be with you. You don't have to beg for things because your frequency calls for it. They will start to circle your life. This is God's law. Getting rich doesn't mean being exhausted. It means being in alignment. For many years, people told you the opposite. They said that the only way to get money is to work hard, make sacrifices, and keep trying. You learned how to use systems that were made to keep you small and how to climb ladders that other people built. Holy One, listen to me. You were never told to climb. You were told to go up. Some people said that ceilings could never be broken, but you were meant to break them. You can already see the change in your life if you pay close attention. When you don't have to explain yourself, you feel calm. When you speak the truth, your voice has a strength that changes the mood. When you walk into a room, people look at you for a moment before you say a word. These are not just random events. There are confirmations here. Now that your frequency is higher, illusions can't stay alive around you. That's why some people leave. The reason they didn't leave was because you failed. They left because of how you changed. Your energy was too much for them to handle. Their denial was shown by your presence. Let them go even if it hurts. They looked like rocks. You are a star. They were never meant to stay close to you. This road is familiar to me because I've walked it. I know what it's like to see familiar faces fade away and to lose connections that seemed like they would last forever. But I found out what you are now finding out. You didn't lose anything when they left. It proved what you said. It showed that your spirit was moving in line with your destiny. Chosen one, don't be sad about the person who left. Happy that you're changing into the person you were meant to be. You will soon have to take a test. Your old self will freak out when life gives you a chance that seems so big and out of reach. Your blueprint, the divine code that was written in you before you were born, will not shake. Logic will say this is impossible. Fear will whisper, you are not ready. It's going to hum. It's going to rise. It will say, this is what we were ready for. Don't be afraid. When that time comes, if you have doubts, don't deal. Don't shrink to try to figure it out. Say yes. Take a bold step forward and watch as the heavens and earth move around to show respect for your choice. Chosen one, please understand this. From now on, everything that comes into your life won't be there because you went after it. Because you became the center of a new orbit. It will get there. You're not just full of potential. You are the field of all possible outcomes. The billion isn't running away from you. It's going around. It's coming down and it's coming home to you. The only thing strong enough to hold it. You can feel it now. The pressure in your chest and the stirring in your spirit. That's not fear. That's the spark. That's heaven letting you know that you don't need money anymore. You are living it. And as you become it, all locked doors will open. Every resource that is held back must flow. Every curse that starts a family must end. Chosen one, you're not getting rich. You are wealth shown. Hi, chosen one. Before you fully accept this inheritance, heaven will test how smart you are. Every great transfer needs to be improved. And this refinement often shows up as old friends, tempting deals, and reminders of who you were. You need to get this. The enemy won't be able to stop your rise, but he will try to get in your way. The first guardian will show up as a charm. With a smile. Someone will show up and say things that sound a lot like what you're seeing. They'll offer shortcuts that they say will get you results faster. They'll say nice things about you, use the same words, and offer platforms that seem to fit with your mission. But their offer hides a trade. They want your purity in exchange for control. And they want your authority in exchange for their approval. When this comes up, chosen one, fight it. Do not say sorry. Do not talk about it. You don't need shortcuts in your blueprint. You can't sell your anointing for less than it's worth. This checks if you own something. Will you have faith in God's timing enough to walk by yourself? The second gatekeeper will show up in the form of blood. Only your family and friends will try to force you back into old roles. When there is a crisis, people will accuse you. You've changed. You forgot where you came from. They will want the version of you that shrank to carry burdens that were never yours. And the urge to give in will be strong because you were raised on guilt. But a known one, you can't have both a legacy and a debt. Holding your ground does not mean you are leaving them. You're setting a new standard. This is a test of how emotionally strong you are. Can you love them without giving up your calling? The most dangerous gatekeeper is the last one. It's the old you. That voice in the dark that tells you you're too much, too ambitious, or too different. It will ask you to settle down a bit so that you can feel safe and accepted. This voice sounds like it has wisdom, but it's really going backwards. It's the ghost of a past self that died while trying to fit in. Chosen one, you can't bring back to life something that heaven buried. This is a test of how well you remember. When the old you begs to be brought back to life, will you remember who you are? I know these tests because I've taken them. I've seen happy faces turn into traps. Family situations that told me to stay small and the inner critic that popped her. Just as I was about to make a move, I've also seen what happens when you don't bow down. Dear chosen one, every time you say no to these gatekeepers, you give your power to others. You can access a higher frequency of authority every time you fight the urge to go backwards. Please hear me right. Everything changes after you go through these gates. You're not going to wait for doors to open anymore. They'll wait for you to get there. You will no longer try to get in. You will be the key. You'll no longer be a slave to fear. You will make laws about fate. You have been chosen. And the tests are not meant to break you. They are there to back you up. They show everyone that you are no longer the seeker. You are the builder. You are no longer a beggar. You are now a bank. You are no longer waiting. You are walking with authority. They will know they can't stop, delay, or deny you. Once you walk through these gates without getting scared, you're all set. Picked. Now is the time when everything changes. You are no longer the one who wants to get in. You no longer need to wait for permission. You're not trying to fit into things that were never meant to hold you. From now on, you're the system. You turn into the vault. You turn into a bank. Take that in. You are not here to beg for luck. You're here to set them free. You are not here to ask for help. You are here to support movements, pay for awakenings, and leave behind legacies that will last for generations. This is what it means for your family to have its first billionaire. Putting money away is not the point. It's about being so rich that your wealth flows into every life that is linked to your name. The pipe has already been built. Chosen one. The vault is already full. You won't wait for heaven to make up its mind. The choice has already been made when you agree with it. Not if you will rise is the question. And heaven says the time has come. You will have to change who you are to do this. You need to change the way you think and act so that you are more like a source. Stop talking like you need permission and start telling people what to do like you are in charge. Chances shouldn't feel like they are interviewing you. When you walk into a room, there is an interview going on. Not every chance is worth your time and effort. You shouldn't always say yes to invitations. You are no longer trying to show that you deserve to be at the table. You are choosing who gets to sit at your table. I know this takes courage because I used to think I had to grab every chance, follow every lead, and fight for small bits of attention. Everything changed when I finally remembered who I was. Deals started to run after me instead of me running after them. I stopped worrying about who would back me up and started thinking about who deserved to be aligned. You chosen one are also going through that change. Know this, the crown doesn't sparkle because it's made of gold. It sparkles because of the frequency. The throne is not about how it looks. It's about how it fits together. It's not for praise that you sit on it, but for power. You don't wear it for looks, but for safety. Doors open when you say so. States move when you align. When you invest, you leave a legacy. It's not just about you, chosen one. They prayed for this moment. Even if they didn't get to see it, the ground you stand on was wet with their tears. Their deaths made it possible for you to rise. You aren't just inheriting. You are also starting something new. You are beginning a dynasty that is based on prophecy, not privilege. Not on staying alive, but on being free. Take a deep breath and stand tall. You have been crowned king. You are not in second place. You're not a mistake. You're not the lucky one. You were the one who remembered. Your family will be saved. Your lineage will be freed. And your name will be remembered forever because you remembered. Please take a seat. The vault is wide open. The throne is being used. Don't wait any longer for the future. It has already started. Together. Picked one. Take a moment to breathe. What you got today is not like other things. It's holy. This word does more than just cheer you on. Yes, it is activation. Heaven has talked and your spirit has answered. Not being able to recycle was not in your nature. You were made to break it. You are the first person in your family tree to embody plenty, to carry the blueprint for divine wealth, and to show that God's promises come true. Anointed one, the transfer has already begun. You are in your Cairo moment, the exact time that God chose for you. Every delay has been for planning. Every door that was shut has been a shield. The vault is full. The throne is taken. And the future is happening right now. You are no longer programmed to stay alive. You are on the same page as sovereignty. From now on, keep your silence holy. Be careful with the words you use. Don't walk slowly out of fear. Walk slowly out of authority. There are no finish lines in front of you. You're the event. You are the answer to the prayers of people who have prayed for freedom for many years but never saw it. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Trust it when things get tough, when feelings get stirred, and when people pull away. Now your signal is stronger. No one can deny your spirit. Chosen one, move forward with courage. What was once hidden is now seen. They are no longer waiting for the money, power, and legacy. They're here. And say it out loud if your spirit agrees. Leave a comment. I'll get it. Share and subscribe to this so that other people can rise with you. Now the transfer can happen. Now is the time. It all starts with you. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. Snorts, you did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed, through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.